We are actually seeing that Reaper May. Fusion University, they just want to lock it down. Right now, they're hovering about 3-3. Remember, this is the last region in Contenders, but it's currently in the group stage. So this is actually the last ride this week of Korean Contenders will be where you will see the last of non-roll-locked compositions, and Fusion University want to take full advantage of that as they roll up to a point. They're going to have to deal with the Reaper and May. Both of them are very good at controlling tanks. As we know, Reaper is nigh on unkillable with the amount of HPS he gets from his self-kill.
FCD is not going to have as much healing output as he wants, though. That healing will get eaten straight on off, and I guess that's what Bernard's kind of looking for right now. Rotation from Element Mystic, though, onto the point. They are going to get booped away. Fusion University are going to begin this cap. Can Element Mystic actually touch to stop this from going through? Apparently not. And now Fusion University, they can just play a little bit more passively here, or just kind of hold this choke to make sure Sparkle can't get on top of them.
Passive play is what they want as well, Jaws. They don't want to allow Doha to be able to grab one of them off of here with the wall, isolate them, and already Sparkle is out.
Yeah, alarm clicks his head, easy as pie, and now Fusion University are a man up. They can move on forward, and with demeching as well on Cabin, there's no real chance for Element Mystic to grasp back onto this team fight, so they're just going to reset themselves and go again. They do have a fair few ults to their name, though. Takayaki has got that supercharge, but the one weakness of that, Harry, it can be run over so easily. If Fusion University just kind of running it with the rally, there's not really much Takayaki can actually do.
Yeah, you can just speed boost your way onto there. If they do get aggressive to try and take out the supercharger, though, that could be a big bait for Doha to use, try and isolate someone. We saw at Fusion University, when they saw that May, they were very much just placate. They were passive on the point. They're like, our way to win this fight is to make sure that it doesn't really happen. We're getting our percentage, and Doha needs to try and isolate someone.
Well, that supercharge is not getting too much effect now. It's actually passed way in the back line. Graviton Surge did end up coming through. However, you've got to be a little bit more careful than that. Fusion University have that rally armor now. The self-destruct is going to get launched in the back line as well. Snillo isolating the Orisa, not something you usually see a Brig doing, but that beat is going to stop all that damage from going through, but they still lose Sparkle, their main damage source, but they still have Doha up who can control the battlefield, but not for long, as Fusion University do what they do best on Goats, hold W, and assassinate the back.
Huge amounts of clear coming through from Chungsik here on that Reinhardt, and you can see using Alarm, they both have support ultimates ready to go, and they're so important, Jules, because Sparkle, he's got the Death Blossom. That's a lot of damage. That's quite a bit of damage that can come out, and it can kill Fuse midway through a cast of the Soundbearer. So I imagine here the preferential support ultimate to use will be Alarm with that instant invincibility and the HPS to try and counter out a Death Blossom if Sparkle gets into the backline. Well, risk a cast being taken down.
There's not too many things that can interrupt him, especially if he's positioned well and stops Snillo for, well, make sure Snillo shield bashes first. Coalescence coming out through first. Transcendence from alive. In fact, double support to try and keep Chungsik alive. Doesn't end up working out. A self-destruct does find the kill. Death Blossom on the point as well. Sparkle does end up getting stunned, but the damage may have already been done. Takayaki ends up falling, and now Element Mystic wandering themselves onto the point. Alarm ends up going down as well, as Bohard did manage to find the freeze. And now Element Mystic on their last limbs, trying to cap this point as OT is ticking through. Doha gets taken out on the sidelines, though, as Bernard comes back to the fray. And now a problem for Nice as he gets run into a corner, but Chungsik and Silo are there for the backup. Chungsik even has that shadow as well. It looks like it's going to be all over for Element Mystic if they can't find a couple of picks off. MCD falling also is such a disaster for EM. There's the Flame Strike after the shadow. Instant kill onto Harvin. Takayaki didn't stand a chance either, and Fusion University will 100-0 Shrine.
Beautiful play around the shield angles there from Chunks as well. He got inside, he hit the shadow straight on top of the Orisa. Made sure he was going to hit that, and he also got the mini Diva off to the side as well. That's just his little bonus. And it looks so good from Mystic in that fight, Jules, because we saw that Doha actually froze Chungsik right next to the bomb. And Fusion University, they panicked seeing that. They're like, we got to save Chungsik. They went in, and they used both the Transcendence and the Soundbearer to try and make sure they're maintaining survival. When you stack the support ultimates and you're looking up against a Death Blossom, Sparkle's like, oh, it's my lucky day, boys. Did they just use both of those to try and save a Reinhardt who was frozen? Easy killing up for him, but Fusion Uni trickling on with their respawns. Definitely able to brawl that one out. That's the power of 3-3. Some of the last time you're going to be seeing this power. Element Mystic going to be sticking with that 2-2-2. This time they've got with that Teach Immortality field. It's going to be invaluable here, especially with the dives coming in from Chungsik and Bernard.
No surprise from Havin as well, jumping onto the road hog. Nice little hole, and then a hook on Chungsik and a wall to stop his exit. Perfectly placed. And now Element Mystic can just roll on onto the point. This comes just so many things so well. It's got a lot of spam. You can isolate people rather easily, and you can obviously pick people off and pull them down the well. Although Doha does end up going down. Alarm does find a kill, and that'll be a nice little hook there from Harbin as well. But he saw it coming. Harbin was like, well, you got no thrusters. There's not much you can do about it. However, Fusion University are able to get back to the point in time as Chunksic does get back and help secure.
Not a huge amount of point presence there for Element Mystic, surprisingly, even though they picked off 2 main tanks from Fusion University. They've got to get back onto a point now. You can see Fusion Uni, they don't want to hold on there because they'll be so vulnerable to incoming damage from a long range of both Sparkle and MCD.
Well, there's the amplification matrix, but a lot of that damage is going to get pounded onto Chunksic if they can actually find the angle. Alarm takes out Takayaki, so they end up trading main tanks. Immortality Field saving the most of the Element Mystic squad for the time being. They still need to make their way onto the point, like you said, Harry. Chunksic has spawned up, yes, but the only point presence they got right now is Doha, and he's already used both his cooldowns.
Well, Zai doesn't have a shield, easily picked off by Sparkle right there. Now it's Hanbin's turn to go in, start bruising. Watch out for Chunksic to engage. He's almost got the primal, and we know how deadly that can be on this particular point, Jules.
Well, Alarm gets picked off way in the back by Sparkle. Nice little double kill for him. Almost gets spooked off, Haven does. But oh no, there you go. There's the boot. All right, okay. Silla came back with the rocket flail straight off the edge, but they can just stall out time here. Not too much of an issue for them. They've already secured 60% of the points. Fanar ends up dying on it as well to gain 1 additional percent. Element Mystic have a lot of ultimates online though. 6 versus 3 in ult. Fusion University have to attack the point once more.
But George, you're absolutely chuffed about this if you're Fusion Uni. If you think about it, they basically got 61% while losing 3 fights in a row. There was just never enough point presence from Element Mystic. They're going to be able to rebuff this first attack rather easily, especially if they rotate their ultimates well enough. Doha and Sparky are going to be looking to not have their ultimates eaten by Bernard. That'd be a main way to mitigate this advantage.
Dragon Strike through the center. Chunksic in a little bit of trouble. Has still got the lead. He's going to get checked here. Oh no, just pots the Prime Rage instantly, making sure he doesn't get booped off the edge, and now he's trying to get on the back line. However, Graviton Surge on the point. That's a lot of damage. Takayaki instantly going down once again, and Fusion University grabbed them off of the point and actually managed to find this cap here as well. So the Mystic do here, even if they win the fight, the point percentage is still going over to FU. Alarm's going to pick up yet another kill, and Fusion University dominating Element Mystic on the ball right now.
Yeah, and 23% Jaws until they can claim this point. This will be their first control win in a month. It's been so long since they've really been able to establish their dominance here. And Chunksic going down, not going to be great. Element Mystic still need to touch. They're going to be going forward. They used all of their ultimates in that last fight somehow. Not really sure how they did that. Fusion Uni can stay in this place. They've got 2 support ultimates again. No panicking like last time, ideally.
Sparky's almost got that Dragon Strike online. It's maybe up to him to do anything, but they don't actually touch whatsoever. They were just bullied off of the point, and Fusion University take that one, or look fairly easily, 2-0 on Shrine to... Oh, sorry, another 1-0 up in the series.
I can't believe what I've just seen. I thought that this would be Fusion Uni's weakest map on the pool, but apparently they're just outgaming it with a 3-3 versus the 2-2-2.
Well, there it is. Fusion University 1-0 up in the series versus EM. Their tournament life is still on the lines. They still want to make it to playoffs. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. Fusion University versus Element Mystic. And the first time in a month, Harry, like you said, Fusion University have won a control map. And now we're jumping on to Paris as our assault of the day.
And they've done it, Jaws, by dragging out El Clasico for last year, the 3-3. Last time it'll be legal in one of their official matches. So maybe this is a strat by the coach Chris to try and conceal some strats for playoffs while also being able to try and guarantee themselves that playoff spot. And like you said before, Jaws, they need to win or lose on the tiebreaker here in order to make sure that their spot is safe for playoffs, which means they need to win one more map and they will be able to get through into those quarterfinals. Heading over to Paris, this is a map where 3-3 can be scuppered by a very nastily placed Bastion and Orisa combo.
Yes, yeah, that it can. Or something like a Hanzo as well. A little bit more mobility. Seeing a lot more Baptiste nowadays, of course. The Immortality Field is just so good at preventing, well, damage and insta-kills from stuff like Hanzo, Widowmakers, all of the above, or even Halt Hooks as well. We'll have to see what both teams want to run. I want to see Fusion University on the defense pull out the Orisa Hog, because in some senses, and what we talked about at the very start of the series was it could just be a warm-up for the 2-2-2. There's been a lot of time for teams to look at Avast, what they're doing, how they're setting up, what kind of team comps they're running on certain points, and go, okay, this is probably the best. Let's practice this. And well, there's no better place to practice it right now. Element Mystic especially, who have already secured themselves a playoff position. I have to wait and see what they want to do, though. Element Mystic on the defense. Fusion University on the offense.
Interestingly, Takayaki on the side of Element Mystic, they are one of the teams that we see in Contenders' career rotate their main tank slot. They also have Alpha on the bench, who I believe is their more proficient Reinhardt player. Takayaki potentially has been in the old hyperbolic time chamber, trying to grind up that Orisa, which is also important for this meta. And if you have an idea that you're heading over to 2-2-2, why not? If you've got that spare main tank, just put him on Orisa all the time. Make sure that he's well prepared for that. And Hanbin also, we talk about his flexibility a lot, also going over to pick big plays for him.
Yeah, we are seeing Sparkle actually on the Pharah instead of something like a Hanzo. There isn't as much shield pressure there, but still a lot from Habin, of course. Just right-click on the Roadhog downtown. We'll see what Fusion University do bring out. Looks like Nice is going to scout out on the Sombra. Fuse jumping out on the McCree to try and scare any Element Mystic Sombras, but Doha is actually on the main instead.
Element Mystic are going to be lacking defensive ultimates with this double main heal, though, Jules. So if Nice can get a nice little usage here of the Halt into the Dragon Strike, it could be dooming for Element Mystic. MCD doesn't have the mobility. Unique will have to look for a res afterwards. There's none of that immortality field either. There's the Halt, there's the hook.
Oh, almost an insta-kill. No fire grenade to follow that one up, though. Fusion University only running solo healer here. Alarm's actually on the Hog instead. So triple tank. Sparkle's main target here is going to be Fuse. Although Takayaki already goes down to Nice. Like, what is that about? You can't let Takayaki go down that quickly. Unique does... Well, no, sorry, doesn't actually get the res up. Takayaki just actually spawns freely, and now Fusion University can kind of move through here almost with impunity. Nice does end up going down, though. Same with Bernard, so maybe I spoke a little bit too soon.
Unresable possession, Jaws. Nice, Deer's back, but Snillow's down. This is going to mean Sparkle can go wherever he wants, really.
MCD is still available for Element Mystic for heals, as Unique did get clicked on, but Chungsik does end up getting whole hogged away. And that we have been. Securing this push for Element Mystic, they're going to be okay, even though they did lose Takayaki first. Fusion University, though, they've got a lot of ults coming online.
Oh, they've got one crucial one. We talked about it before. They've got the Dragon Strike. There's no way to eat this. There's no support ultimate to mitigate this. If you can combine this with a Halt, this should be 3 1 or 2 kills. Get MCD in there. Get Hanbin in there. You're going to do a lot of damage. As long as you can take out that Ana and make it so that Unique, when he's going for res, it's a dangerous proposition. That's a big win condition for Fusion.
There you go, straight through. That wall's going to block off a lot of that vision. However, Supercharger coming out on top of that car. It's going to be protected by the shield, although not quite as much as they wanted to. A Biggie onto Doha's Snow Globe as well. No Blizzard available for them, but the problem is Element Mystic still holding firm. Takayaki does have his own ultimate available now, but Alarm getting rezzed is going to be bad news for EM, who are now kind of in the front line, just taking so much damage. Sparkle takes out 2, it activates the barrage, but instantly gets taken out by Snillo. But the damage has really already been done. Element Mystic continuing to hold. Fusion University just finding it so difficult to maneuver past the shield.
Not able to use the whole hook, though. Now it's going to be Hanbin taking a shot to the dome. He's going to be down. It's just a tank and 2 healers, Jaws. What can they do?
Okay, I'm not sure there's much you can do now. And now Snillow's actually got a position up on the high ground. Hello, Mystic coming back on Doom. They've got Doha on the Sombra as well. There's a lot of pressure, but not quite as much now, as Alarm does land the hook kill onto Sparkle. A reset from Unique, MCD, and Takayaki as Fusion University eventually cap the point.
I don't know, Jaws, but I think that going for a long-range barrage into double sniper is not the most big-brain move that Sparkle could have gone for there. But reasonably smooth-brained, had enough burst damage to give a quick tickle to Nice, but evidently not enough when Snillo just capped him. Fusion Uni looking at what they're up against. I'm just going to swap back over to this 3-3. Why not? It's working for them. Meanwhile, Element Mystic, the famous composition, the Hacktifist. A couple of them going back to spawn, though. Maybe wish to mirror here, knowing they have a spawn advantage. Trades here will work in their favor. Keep Doha on that Sombra, though. We know how good he is at generating EMPs, and when he's against 3-3, as long as he can avoid Snillo, he's pretty good at hitting him.
Yeah, there's a lot of big sidelines here Doha can make use of as well. Self-destruct launched in by Fusion University to start off the fight. Takayaki was protected by his own shield plus the bubble from Sparkle, so it's a lot of free energy for him. Doha still farming away, 75%. He's normally the one you want to look towards as Fusion University do backpedal ever so slightly as the nano boost came out on Takayaki, who's now scurrying for cover. In fact, the pressure coming out from Fusion University, a little bit too great for Element Mystic to handle right now, but EMP is still available. Maybe it was a bait all along. EMP does come out, but Alarm using that Transcendence to keep everybody alive, and that lands Takayaki and Habin in the grave. They end up going down now, and Fusion University bundling onto this second point with 2 ticks in their pocket.
Now they are. They're going to get rid of a last piece of Element Mystic here. There's only a couple of people on point. They've almost capped it, Jaws.
Yeah, it's all done, all over. That was so quick. That EMP generation coming up massive for Doha. But the problem was, Alarm equally as good at building these ults. Alarm is so good on Zen. He got a little bit of extra ult charge from healing his Diva earlier on, but it was all about clicking on Element Mystic, got the Transcendence, and as soon as that EMP come out, perfect reaction speed, saved the rest of the team, and Element Mystic at that point had already overextended way too far into Fusion University to back up any further.
Yeah, I mean, look at how Fusion University react to being EMP Jaws. Second that they're like, oh, Chunksic can't put up his shield. He can only hold M1. So I guess we're all just going to run on forward. Just run into Element Mystic if you can't use abilities. Just M1 your heart out, Chunksic. And it works out. They're just like, okay, these guys have just invested. Not only that, Doha's just invested his Translocator to try and go into our backline with that EMP. That means he doesn't have an escape. He can easily be around to the pawn, especially when you've got someone who can aim like Alarm. We've seen Alarm duel with Sombras countless times. Every single time you wonder why is for Sombra taking this fight. It's not going to go that well against Alarm. Oh, speaking of things that are not going to go well. Any 3-3 running into this Bastion. It's not going to have a good time.
Although Double Sniper does work out fairly well. I mean, the Widow's just there for the picks, and then, of course, the Hands is there for the shield pressure. We'll have to wait and see. Element Mystic. Well, I say we'll wait and see. They're going to change off of this comp. I can imagine Doha actually goes over to a Sombra instead, and then they put Sparkle on Hanzo. So then you have the extra kind of
I could see a Genji.
Sombra.
The old bronze mentality of Genji
counter the Bastion.
But
sure.
the thing is, Fusion University don't have a Immortality field. They don't have the Baptiste, so they're pretty confident here just running for double projectile spam. Because they can just get rid of a shield and then use their Dragon Strike, because Snillo moving makes him incredibly vulnerable. He can't sit there and be healed for a Dragon Strike, because that only works when you've got a Baptiste.
Snillo luckily has Changstick to body block for him there. Element Mystic, yes, sticking on this comp. Double projectile for the time being. Nice. Causing some disruption in the front line with that concussive rocket, but won't find anything just yet. And you can see Fusion University quite apparent that they're against double projectiles, setting up in this small, like, I guess handbag boutique, I think that's what it is, in this corner, so they can't actually take too much damage from this projectile spam. It does force Element Mystic to put all their damage onto that shield instead of trying to weave some of the rockets and arrows around it.
Yeah, and it looks like Nice has got really good choke control here as well. Never mind. Fuse got halted out there. Sparkle straight on that. No more resurrections. No second chances. Nice has to get value off of this barrage, but he knows if he does it in a position where he dies, he's not going to be around for long. He has to trade himself out for 2 or 3 people at least, Jaws. And Alarm's going to be staying rather far back here and needs to try and get a position where he can taxi Fuse forward.
Yeah, Fusion, yeah, he's going to get back fairly quickly, I can imagine, just because obviously Mercy mobility cooldowns are on 2 seconds, so he should be okay for the time being. Snillo now has a configuration tank as well, but he's up in his corner and gets naded. Perfect headshot too. The follow-up from Doha and a nano onto Sparkle, straight behind the shield. He's going to destroy that in no time, but Spice, nice. It's pretty Spice. He takes care of the pack line as Doha didn't see the rocket barrage coming, as he also ends up taking out the Mercy too, with Unique falling here. Element Mystic have to get back. Nice with kind of a perfect flank. Caught Fusion University caught Element Mystic completely off guard, and now they're going to bundle onto the point.
Now they are. Takayaki just being staggered out there. You can stagger out the Orisa, you can body block her. It's kind of difficult to get the reset. Snillo actually swapped over, Jules. No longer on the Bastion. Instead, he's gone on that Tracer, which means he's going to be a pain for MCD to try and deal with here. Element Mystic looking at that, they're like, okay, cool. We go 3-3. We're going to go for floats. We've got the Monkey in here. Takayaki is going to be picking up a Winston. And they know, because they're not running into a Bastion anymore, they can just try and take advantage of the fact there are no defensive ultimates. Just build Sparkle and Graviton Surge. That should be easy game.
Snow's going to have so much trouble here. He's a fantastic tracer, of course, though. One of his more favoured heroes. Doing a I mean, please heal your tanks in the front line. Okay, well, they're dead. So we'll have to go again, I guess. Yeah, there was no healing coming out at all of what seemed from Takoyaki. Maybe, wow, okay, that was a barrage and a half. All right, 5k, feels pretty good. Nice, we were trying to finish up a point, mate, but you did end up finishing up the rest of Element Mystic. Straight on a silver platter, it looked like it was gifted to him. Quick reset, though, of course. They all died at the same time, Harry. So, yeah, you know, feeling pretty good, maybe, if you're Element Mystic.
No, it's just coming out with, I've got a point for you, but like you were saying, Unique and Doha, look at their ultimate charge. They did not heal their tanks at all. Maybe they sent out a single armor pack, but that's a yikes for me, bros. Hanbin can maybe send up the self-destruct here. He knows that Nice can be vulnerable.
Yeah, Nice is going to dodge out of the way, though. A lot of architecture on Paris to kind of hide behind, and he does just that. Hughes also popping the ultimate to keep everybody alive. Snillo's still struggling to find picks. He's got the damage as he has Nano and the Pulse Bomb, but that Coalescence just doing so much work, buying so much space and time. The perfect deep from Pappen as well to stop that Pulse Bomb going through. And now Snillo, once again, practically useless on this Tracer, is not going to do anything but tickle the backline of Element Mystic. Alarm and Fuse end up going down. As Element Mystic get on the point once again. OT is here, but they still managed to find the cap.
Yeah, we could all hear the music, George. This was Element Mystic's last chance, and they got exactly what they needed. They are likely going to be staying on this 3-3, but Takoyaki, I imagine, going to go over to the Reinhardt instead. They need that consistent shielding. Question is, Fusion Union on the defense, do they want to run the Sombra? We see Nice swapping over to it. I'd be incredibly surprised. Oh, okay. Going for double main tank. Fusion Uni just messing up right here, having a bit of hero chess. We see what Element Mystic are up to. We're like, okay, we're going to counter you out. We've got the cleave. We've got ourselves a Bastion. We've got ourselves an Immortality field. You can come at us, but we're going to be incredibly hard to dislodge from this position.
Big rotation. Snillo gets off the high ground for not just a brief moment. He gets run on, but already MCD is down, and a big fire grenade on the front line. Damage could have already been done, though, as Snillo ends up going down. Self-destruct on top of Element Mystic as well, so no one from Fusion University can capitalize on the low health bars, as EM are now pushing themselves onto this point, and Fusion University are in the danger zone.
No defensive ult makes it so difficult. Instant shield bash, instant execution.
Yeah, 2 ticks now already over to EM. Fusion University switching over to Tracer to do anything to get back to the point in time and stall out for longer. Chungsik swinging on around that statue, but he isn't going to last long, not against Sparkle and a shield bash. Doha ends up taking out Snillo as well. Fusion University staggering themselves onto this point. It's really going to be about Nice getting this EMP, but everybody's just getting picked off one by one by one. He's going to come in, gets instantly cleaned up as Element Mystic end up capping second with a lesser time bank than Fusion U.
And that was just such a clean rotation. Fusion Uni gave up the high ground because they assumed that they were going to be rotated upon, but they got faked out by Element Mystic. They sort of like went out and were like, okay, you move your Bastion, and they just rotate straight towards him, use that shield boost, or that speed boost rather, to just get on top of him. And you can see here that it is sort of body blocking from Hanbin, which eats up a huge amount of that fire. D.Va's okay being that close to the Bastion, because no longer can the Bastion hit headshots while in the sentry form. Takes out that Immortality field, and then it's just swing on. No defensive ultimates. Means Fusion Uni easily taken away.
Man, imagine if Bastion could headshot in turret form, though.
He used to be able to.
I mean, I don't want to be in a world where that is meta at all. Because that would be insane.
I can't remember when they took it out. I think it's when they changed the spread and gave him Ironclad as a passive.
That is very early on. So far back, I actually can't even remember.
Yeah, I think it was about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. Like, it was a change to Bastion that didn't make him meta. It made a meta for about a week because Ironclad started off as 50% damage reduction, and then everyone on PTR was like, "This it? No, this is going to be a straight no from us." He's
not killable. Please nerf him. Even with nano boost, we cannot kill this man. Element Mystic now on the offense. Double projectile once again, anticipating Fusion University on the Bastion. Good read as they are still running it. Snillo and Nice on Bastion and Farah. Quick rotation once again from Fusion U to go in that handbag store in order to provide themselves a little bit more cover against the Hanzo and the Farah.
Funi, you know, they're flexing that Tucker money, showing that they do have the high fashion tastes. And Funi here, I'm excited to see if they haven't decided to go for Baptiste. Once again, they're going for this double main support. They want the additional healing. This means that Nice is actually going to have a huge advantage in these aerial duels because Sparkle's taking fire from Alarm as well, meaning that Nice potentially only has to hit one rocket.
Trade, Doha ends up going down. Same with Chungsik. Doha took one with him though. Chungsik does end up getting resurrected as Sparkle was left alone in the skies there. As Unique did end up going for the res. He ends up going down, and now Hello and Mystic with one person dead. Can't really push into this as effectively as they want to. 1 minute and 40 seconds do remain though, so they can go back and reset. But that does give Fusion University a whole lot of space and like movement potential here. And Nice just gains so much from it. He gains the barrage and he's doing so much damage and staggering so many members of Element Mystic right now.
Snillo's actually min-maxing his DPS by using his recon form primary fire at long range shots. It doesn't have as much of a spread if you give it the odd burst fire. That helps him to build up the tank forms here, and it's going to be so difficult to try and deal with that. You don't really have defensive ultimates. Nice being picked off early is a good start though. They've got to deny this res.
Yeah, Sparkle does end up finding a kill. Can they actually get the res off? I don't think so. Very quick rotation from Element Mystic. Oh, sleep though on Sparkle. That's not good. Oh, Nano on the Bastion too. That's not good either. Unique ends up going down. Not really much you can do against that, nor maybe that barrage. They did end up trading once again, but still a worse off trade for Element Mystic here. As Fusion University just painting this kill feed completely wiped. Chungsik ends up getting rezzed as well. Another beautiful sleep dart onto MCD. Alarm is hitting these just so accurately and just stopping so much just point presence, plus just like presence on the map as well. MCD now switches over to the Moirai as Element Mystic on their final push here are going to go over to floats.
And Jaws, if they can't get a tick, it'll be a guaranteed draw. And if they get a guaranteed draw, I'm pretty sure that means Funi will be going to the playoffs. If Funi can win this next fight, that will be their ticket. Absolutely secured for the playoffs, and it was such a question for a long time whether or not they were here in Korea to actually get there. Funi, they've got all the ults and so much
a lot of damage. Oh, Snillo's got the tank form as well. They are managed to touch. OT is there, but no one from Element Mystic are going to be alive to see it. EM end up falling on the first point. No ticks have been acquired either, and Fusion University now have 33% to gain, Harry, in order to secure themselves match point in the series as well. And like you mentioned, I'm pretty sure at this very moment in time, Fusion U have also secured themselves their playoff position as well.
There's no scoreline here, Jaws, where Fusion Uni can come out of this map with this match with a -2 map differential, which means that even if Medafina 4-0 later, or tomorrow rather, they will be tied with Fusion University, 4 wins, 4 map score, but they'll lose that head-to-head tiebreaker, which means that Fusion Uni, with that 33% defense, have guaranteed themselves that playoff spot. It may well be in number 6. I'm not sure if they can overtake Element Mystic, try and get that 5th seed. But to be honest, seeding in these playoff draws, I'm not sure how much it's really worth, because you're going up against some very high-tier teams. You're either going up against Runaway or Genji/GC Busan Wave, and you don't really know how all of them are going to fare with this 2-2-2 meta, so potentially a higher seed could actually be an easier opponent.
Potentially. Although, money in the bank as well for Fusion University. Snillo's quite disgusting DPS when it comes down to it. His Trace is pretty good like we've seen before. Widow also. Depends if they do take keys and Qs, from Overwatch League. If they do start running May Reaper, just like you were mentioning before. Nice, it's got a pretty nasty May. Double sniper for Fusion U on their offense though. 3 minutes and 30 seconds, man. They only need one pick here, and it's pretty much all over.
And there's so much pick power as well, Jaws. Not only is it double sniper, but the Holt and the Hook are more than ready to grab someone out of the air. You can see Doha. His main problem here is he has to use this wall to try and deny the Holt Hook. But if Alarm tries to go for a different tempo, go for a Holt without anything, there it is.
The hold, the hook, the insta-kill onto Sparkle. There's no hope for you resurrecting that. In fact, Takiyaki's going to try and buy some space to maybe res, but Doha going down as well is disastrous. Double main heal for Element Mystic, so they're going to be alive for the time being and be able to continue to fight in this fight. Fuse is going to build up his ult so quickly though, because he is the only solo, he is the solo healer on Fusion U. A big fire grenade in the back line does net a kill onto Snillo, and they are still fighting out in this courtyard. But the position and the point presence for Element Mystic and their setup is kind of gone awry now. And MCD actually goes down off the back of this too. Nice launches a random arrow in and manages to find his head.
Yeah, the nano boost as well, George. That was going to be a primary firepower they had. Combine it with Hanbin with a whole hog. Maybe they got the res. That's important. Hanbin can now destroy Chung's shield so quickly, but we need to see Doha here with the walls, deny the hulks, deny the hooks. Sparkle and Unique can't play where they were before. You saw how they got Hulk hooked. It was not in a position where the main wall could be of aid, but Element Mystic, they've almost got 6 ultimates ready to go. Fusion Unique, play economy, my dudes, if you want to cap this.
Hubin's going down fairly low. Blizzard's going to come through as well. I'm not sure you're going to need anything more than this. Sparkle has got that barrage, but Alarm is already dead. He does fall at very low once again, but using your ults all at once, not so great for Element Mystic. They do burn 4 ults in that push. Nano Barrage is available, but I can't imagine you're going to want to use that on top of double snipe. We saw what happened before. Element Mystic are now going to try and have to fend off against Chungsik's ult as well.
Yeah, and they're going to have to fend him off without Unique as well. They lost him at the end. Sparkle's gone low. He's going to have to get the auto healing. Are you going for that Dragon Strike? What? Really?
Nice stuff into the sky with the Dragon Strike. They don't manage to find him with it, but still manage to secure the kill onto Sparkle as Takiyaki also goes down. Space with Sport for Nice to get up 2 as a minute now remains. And Fusion University putting themselves on the points. EM have to get back in time. They're getting pushed away though, and a body block to secure it. Element Mystic end up falling on first, and Fusion University take 2-0 in the series.
It's a big from the Diva there. Nice getting very cheeky, getting solo barrage for trouble, but that's a very harsh place to do your solo barrage, Jaws, because you know Anna could just peek around, give me your boop, sleep. It's bedtime, daughter, and then Unique's down. You can't get that resurrection, can't bring the damage back. And you saw the second that Sparkle was down, Fusion, you were like, okay, I guess we're just going to walk to a point because there's no real damage that's going to try and dissuade us from that particular journey. So some great play there from Fusion Uni, stamping their ticket to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like you just said, I was going to say it too there as well. They've got their position in the playoffs now. We're going to jump to a quick break there, guys. Do not go anywhere. We'll see if Fusion Uni can bring this home in map number 3.